Star Wars The Last Jedi is much more disappointing than my son's grandson, who won't stop rapping on SoundCloud.
Tokyo drift, turn left, skirt, stab on the knife, move up with the shotty, blah.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I like Star Wars The Last Jedi. Yeah, I know. Freaking beat it. A lot of people also like it, a lot of people dislike it, and what the heck is going on out there? A lot of people are split on this movie, and I don't know what's going on. And today, I'm going to talk about those things. First complaint that I heard about the movie is that it's really long. I actually have to be patient in order to watch this movie! In all seriousness, though, I can see why people are annoyed by the fact that this movie is really long, but at the same time, I feel like the length is completely necessary in order to tell the story. Number 2, it's too cluttered. This I also understand, because there's a bunch of subplots going on throughout the entire movie. 3. There are a total of 3 plots going on in this. 3! Don't get me wrong, it still feels cluttered as heck. But it's also necessary to tell the story. You know what else felt cluttered? Episode 5. Think about how cluttered this story actually was, only for it to piece together. And yes, I am saying that The Last Jedi is like The Empire Strikes Back, but are you really that surprised? Number 3, Snoke. Supreme Leader Snoke is not explained in this movie at all when people were expecting answers. This I also understand. But you know who else was like this for a long time? Emperor Palpatine! That's right. Palpatine was the exact same way for a very long time until the prequels explained his origin story. This leads me to conclude that Snoke's backstory is going to be talked about throughout its entirety in a spin-off movie or a couple spin-offs. Number 4, Luke freaking Skywalker. Yes, I am completely aware that Mark Hamill did not like the way he was portrayed in this movie. But the writer of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory did not like its first movie adaptation either. And everyone keeps talking about how good it is compared to the remake. So, based off of that alone, it's kind of easy to conclude that perhaps his opinion of this movie, and I know you're going to get offended, but his opinion doesn't matter that much. Furthermore, let's be frank here. I don't know what that force projection was called, but that's what I'm going to call it, force projection. That was pretty cool and has never been seen before, in my opinion. That it's never been seen that the Force could do that. Like, we didn't know that the Force was this powerful until now, and as far as I know, no other Jedi has been able to do this. This is how powerful Luke Skywalker is. Yes, it sucks that it killed him in the end, but think about it. He projected himself across the freaking galaxy. I'd imagine that after that, he might get pretty tired. People have worked themselves to death before, and this is a clear example of that. Number 5. Rey is a Mary Sue. In case if you don't know what a Mary Sue is, it's basically a stereotypical character who has nothing wrong. She's able to do whatever she wants. Woohoo. She's basically a cardboard cutout of a cardboard cutout. This, I cannot argue with. There are some points in this story that make me think, and I'm just talking about the entire sequel plot here. There are moments when I think, yes, Rey is such a Mary Sue. Number 6. The acting admiral in the movie is a feminist. Why does everything have to be about feminism nowadays? Jeez. And yes, I have heard this complaint before. It is reasonable to assume that if this person were to be put in the real world, this character to be put in the real world, yeah, she might seem like a feminist. Why is she just this big feminist stereotype? Sure, like, she got against Poe. It's not because Poe was a man or anything. It's because he freaking blew up a dreadnought. But he did it in defiance of General Leia. So it's pretty reasonable to assume as to why the instructions weren't given to Poe. Even though it still doesn't make sense. But it's much more reasonable now. So those are all the complaints that I've found in the movie. If you didn't enjoy the movie, if you did, I'm gonna be frank with you. Despite this video existing, I don't care. You have the right to like whatever you want. You can torture yourself over this movie or you can praise it. I don't care what you do. Outro.